This is my Dodge Promaster 2500 2017 159-inch wheelbase, and in this video I'm going to show you guys how I turn this empty shell of a vehicle into this. A beautiful tiny home on wheels, an RV, a van conversion, whatever you want to call it. This is going to be my home for the next couple of years as I travel the country, chasing my dreams, doing the things I love to do, and making many more videos for you viewers to enjoy. Here it is, brand new, off the lot, completely empty. It's about 12 feet from front to back and about 6 foot 3 inches tall. I'm 6 foot tall, so it works out for me, but if you're any taller than that, it could be some uncomfortable living conditions. First thing I did was put some Reflectix insulation down on the floor. It's a radiant heat barrier. You should use the silver tape meant for it, but I just had some duct tape laying around. Next I put a 1/2 inch polyboard insulation down on the floor, and then that 3/4 inch cabinet grade wood right there that you see. That stuff's really straight, really sturdy, so I'm not even going to screw it down into the van. I'll just screw the furniture into it and screw the walls into it. Next I put Reflectix insulation up on the van walls. I left about a 1/2 inch to a 2 inch air gap behind it. You're not supposed to put that stuff directly up against the metal wall, it won't work properly. I used that 3M tape you see there on the ground. It's double-sided sticky tape. That's just going to hold the Reflectix up until I put more insulation and then plywood and screw it all in. Here's both the walls done, and you might see that 2x4 in the background. I was just testing some framing options. And then the floor is completely done. It's 3 pieces of 3/4 inch pine, and then you can see the 1/2 inch polyboard and Reflectix under that. So I decided to not go with the typical 2x4s screwed right into the beams of the van. Came up with this weird idea of cutting 1/2 inch plywood into strips. Using self-tapping screws, I mounted those vertically, and then I used drywall screws to screw in the 2x4s into that. And this way I took measurements and I didn't lose as much space on each side of the van. Saved myself about 3 inches total. Then here I put fiberglass insulation, 1/2 inch polyboard of insulation, and then 1/2 inch plywood for a sub wall. Here you see the other side of the van. Almost looks like you're doing a house. All the insulation's up there. You see the 2x4s framed in. And then I finished putting up the rest of that 1/2 inch polyboard insulation. And then I took these 4x8 sheets of 1/2 inch plywood, cut just about 2 feet off of them, and then they fit perfectly besides cutting around the wheel wells. So this is one of my best friends. His name's Steve. He's doing what he does best. I mean, I wouldn't be able to cut that straight without a straight edge. And here he is building my bed for me. What a nice guy. I think I'm just gonna go take a little bit of a ride in the backyard real quick. What do we got here? Some Cajun barbecue ribs? While I was checking on those ribs, looks like he got most of my bed done. I guess I'll be sleeping in a coffin. Thanks, Steve. So I should have gave him some money for all his work, but I think this rack of ribs is a lot better. So there's my bed, pretty much all done. And this is the kitchen counter that I made, and a 20-gallon RV water tank that I'd ordered off the website. And that's the 3/4 inch cabinet grade pine for the countertop. Next we cut a square out of this for the utility sink. We just used a combination of a circular saw and then a jigsaw. So now Steve's putting up the framework for my shelving unit. We use these white 12-inch by 48-inch shelving boards. You can buy them at Home Depot, but I just had a ton of them laying around in my garage, not even really sure where I got them from. Here's the Allure vinyl fake wood flooring. I really like this stuff. It was only 8 degrees when I installed it, so you see the space heater there. I had to heat up each piece of glue, put it down in a staggered pattern to hide the lines.
Hello? See?
What are you going to be covering these screws up with?
You don't talk to me.
I don't think you have any idea what you're doing.
Doesn't it look like I know what I'm doing?
Not really.
No, it looks like I know what I'm doing. Have you seen this well-worn Carhartt bag?
So wait, this is the door?
Yeah. What are you talking about? Because
Because that is super crooked.
Oh, no, let me just try this way here.
I don't think you know what you're doing.
Yeah, that's a nice door, right? I think we're done.
Hollow door? Well insulated?
Yeah, I think we're done. Like a goddamn glove. Hey Ryan, what do you think about something like this? Oh, okay.
Oh, the shenanigans that went on with that door, and I'll get to that a little bit later. But here's Steve putting up the tongue and groove pine boards. I probably wouldn't have even went with this if it wasn't for him. I've never used it, never installed it before. So thanks Steve for suggesting that and helping me put it up. Oh, and here I am, bundled up just trying to stay warm in this 5-degree weather. So here's the door. As you see, there's the polyboard insulation and there's a 2x4 frame going around it. And I suggested to Steve, why don't we put a 2x4 up the middle, just for added support. And he says, oh, that's just gonna weigh it down, there's no need for that. Well, what do you know, we got a 50-degree day about a week later, and all those boards I'm putting up right there just bowed right off, just popped right off. But Steve was nice enough to come right over and fix that for me. And here he is putting up another little trap door, turns into a table. He was also kind enough to cut into the top of the roof of my van, because I did not want to do that. I didn't even want to watch it or film it, so I went inside, cooked up some food, and then he cut it with a jigsaw and a metal cutting blade. And then right now he's putting some putty tape around the edge so water doesn't get in. And there it is, fits like a glove. Came with some self-tapping screws that go right in through the putty tape and then in through the metal van. So here I am installing the two 300-watt solar panels on the roof. I actually hired someone that knows what he's doing to install the solar system, but even he didn't want to drill down through the top of the van. I think no one wants to take responsibility if in the future it just starts pouring rain down through there. So thankfully I have this black tarry like putty stuff. They use it on satellite dishes on roofs and other roofing applications. So I just put that underneath the brackets, and hopefully that's going to be watertight. I also siliconed around it. Here I'm just holding the bolt while he ratchets it, tightens it below. This is the backup camera and my tail lights. We just drilled a hole into the cover to bring the solar panel wires down through that hole and then in through that cavity into the beam. And there's the plastic cap that's hopefully going to be watertight on those wires. And there they are running down through the beam, behind the shelving unit, back into where all the fancy gadgets are that are going to be running my power. Oh, and this mess right here. All these wires going to the fan, the 6 LEDs for the ceiling. This looked like a disaster, but wasn't too bad. You just push them up and then put the ceiling on. This is the solar system with 2 100 amp hour batteries, a blue charge controller, and a 1500 watt inverter. And then here's those wires I was talking about, all tucked up under the Reflectix. And that is a radiant heat barrier that's going to keep the heat from coming in through the top of the van. And then we put up some Luan board, which is like an 1/8 inch, very, very thin board for the sub ceiling. And here's Steve putting some liquid nail on the boards that are going up on the ceiling. We decided that maybe some liquid nail should go up there just in case those staples don't hold over time. And there's that beautiful ceiling all done.
Get it closer. But there's 1,000 wires back here. What are you doing? Oh wait, turn to your help. Stop looking at me. I like to leave it on until the job's done. Now I'm going to shoot this, and then it won't rattle. Ta-da! You gonna let me out? Shit. Can you open this? God, you could like, you're totally gonna trap someone in here. Thanks for helping me. You still, I mean. Ryan didn't want to buy a cube van, he said. Said he would rather have a curved van. Said it would be cooler.
That's Steve for you, always joking around. And here I am putting the final details on the van. 3 coats of clear poly on all that beautiful pine. And here's the dark stain I decided to go with to match the floors. Put about 5 coats on the bike post, molding, and countertop. So that's my van conversion for you guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you'd like to see more, the first van video is in a link in the description below. And in that video, I explain my trip across the country a little bit and my free giveaways that I'm going to be doing weekly. So the first one is on that video. It runs until the first week of March, and then I'm going to do it one every week after that. So stay tuned, and maybe I'll be coming to your neighborhood soon.